Okay, so are you ready for some Ireland travel talk?
I am. I am so ready.
Let's do it. Always ready to talk all things Ireland.
I have been really geeking out on this Love Ireland Substack. Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. They always have like some really interesting stuff on there.
It's not just like the typical, like, here's how to spend 48 hours in Dublin.
Right.
Like, they really get into some, like, deeper cuts.
Yeah, more like, beyond the Blarney Stone, beyond the Guinness Storehouse kind of thing.
Yes. Okay, so that's what we're going to deep dive on today.
Sounds good.
So let's jump right in. This first one, right out of the gate, blew my mind a little bit.
Okay.
14 days of sunshine in October.
Wow.
What? This Indian summer thing.
Yeah, that's pretty unusual.
I mean, we all love a misty, moody Ireland trip, but I'm not going to lie, 14 days of sunshine.
Right. Changes the game a little bit.
I would change my whole itinerary. And think about it, like October, shoulder season, potentially fewer crowds, maybe even some like better flight deals.
You're speaking my language.
Yeah. So you could be hiking the cliffs of Moher under like clear blue skies.
Oh my gosh. Instead of like bracing yourself against the wind and rain.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I love it. Okay, next up, we have to talk about food.
Of course, yeah.
This one really surprised me. Six restaurants in Galway recognized by like some major foodie player.
Not
Right.
huge.
They're keeping it under wraps who this like foodie is, but still, 6 in Galway.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal, and I think it speaks to like what's happening to the Irish culinary scene right now, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
It's not just about, your Irish stew and your soda bread anymore. Don't get me wrong, those are amazing.
Love them.
But there's like this new wave of chefs really like focusing on hyper-local ingredients,
Yeah.
Imagine like oysters pulled from the Atlantic that morning,
Show stop.
like amazing cheeses, lamb from, the fields nearby.
Okay, now I'm starving. This is dangerous. Okay, I love to get off the beaten path.
Of course.
What is this about a lunar landscape in Ireland? The Burren.
The Burren, yeah. It's in County Clare, and it is like the closest you're going to get to walking on the moon, I think, without actually going to space.
Okay.
So it's a karst landscape.
I was going to ask, what is that?
So basically, it's this really rocky terrain. It was formed over millions of years. It's like the bedrock dissolved, and you're left with these like rocky plateaus, these amazing like underground rivers. There's actually a surprising amount of like plant life there, too. It's really unique.
And like, what would you even do there?
Oh, there's hiking, exploring the caves. There are ancient sites, like really incredible history. It's definitely off the beaten path, but that's kind of the beauty of it.
I love that. Okay, now we got to talk about like the culture stuff. This is really speaking to me. This Irish breakfast, like the full on, they call it a fry-up, right?
The full Irish, yeah. The fry-up. It's an institution.
It looks incredible, but then like in the same breath, we're talking about like Irish dancing up in the mountains.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to have a bit of music and dance when you're in Ireland, right? And Johnny Fox's, it's up in the Dublin Mountains. It's kind of like a legendary spot for that.
So you'd actually go there, like to see the dancing.
I mean, it's a bit touristy, I'm not going to lie, but it's fun. Like if you want to experience that sort of like traditional music and dance, it's a good spot.
I love it. Okay, and last but not least, there's this train route.
Okay, yeah.
They're calling it Ireland's most beautiful. I mean, I'm sold.
And, it's funny, they don't even really talk about where it goes in this article. It's more about like the journey itself.
Oh, I love that. That slow travel, just looking out the window.
Yeah, just enjoying the scenery. I mean, that's a huge part of the beauty of Ireland.
Absolutely. Okay, before we wrap up, I have to ask about Limerick.
Okay.
Because there's more to it than just the Limerick.
Oh, way more. I mean, limericks are fun, but Limerick itself is a really cool city.
What would you do there?
Well, it's got this amazing Viking heritage, right? You can visit King John's Castle. There's the Hunt Museum, which has some like really cool artifacts. And then, of course, there's the Treaty Stone. It's where the Treaty of Limerick was signed, which was like this huge moment in Irish history.
Interesting. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, Limerick sometimes gets a bad rap, but it's worth a visit.
I love that. So much to think about. 14 days of sunshine in October. Sign me up.
Right. So many options, and that's just scratching the surface, right? This is just to get your travel planning started.
Exactly. Your own Irish adventure awaits. Okay, I need to go book a flight, like now.
Me too.